You've definitely heard the name Python. And no, we're not talking about snakes here. We're talking about a technology that has, well, kind of quietly wrapped itself around our entire modern world. I mean, from the videos you stream to the apps you use every day, it is everywhere. So what is this thing, really? And why should you care? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down.
To really get it, we can start with a question that programmers ask each other all the time. Choosing a programming language, it isn't just a technical decision. For a lot of these folks, it's personal, it's passionate. It's like picking a favorite team. So why do so many people root for Python?
Well, the answer is, and I mean this literally, all around us. If you've ever watched a video on YouTube, scrolled through Reddit for hours, saved a file on Dropbox, or even played a game like The Sims 4, guess what? You've been using something built with Python. That personal passion that developers have for it, it translates into these massive, world-changing platforms we all use.
Okay, so how does one single programming language end up powering everything from social media to huge blockbuster games? I mean, what makes it the go-to tool for so many different developers? Let's dive into the core reasons. A programmer online put it in a way that I think is just perfect. They said, look, you can love your lawnmower, right? But you're not going to use it to trim your hedges or water your flowers. Every tool has its job, and programming is exactly the same. Different languages have different strengths, and people choose Python because it absolutely excels at certain things, making their jobs faster, easier, and frankly, a lot more fun. And it goes even deeper than just being the right tool. Python actually has a philosophy, a kind of mission statement baked right into its DNA. It's called the Zen of Python. And these principles you see here, they're not just nice-sounding words. The idea that simple is better than complex and that readability counts, that has huge practical benefits. It means one developer can easily read and understand another's code, which makes teamwork and fixing problems incredibly efficient.
All right, so we get why people like it. It's simple, it's readable, it's elegant, but how does it actually work? To really understand Python's secret weapon, we gotta look at how it thinks. How it turns our human ideas into instructions a computer can actually follow.
So at its heart, any programming language is just a bridge. It's how we give instructions to a computer. But here's the catch. We don't speak in ones and zeros, and neither does the computer speak in English. So you need something in the middle, a translator. And it turns out there are two main ways to do this translating. And this is where it gets really interesting. On one hand, you have what's called a translator or a compiler. Imagine giving a translator a whole book. They read the entire thing, translate it all at once, and hand you back a completely new translated book. It's fast to read the final version, but if you want to change one sentence, you have to retranslate the whole thing. On the other hand, you have an interpreter. This is like having a live interpreter who translates for you sentence by sentence as you speak. It's flexible, it's immediate, and it's amazing for testing things out on the fly. And here's the key takeaway. Python is an interpreted language. That line-by-line approach, that's its superpower. It lets developers write a little bit of code, see what it does instantly, and then make a change. Again, instantly. That super fast feedback loop makes building and experimenting with new stuff incredibly quick. Now, this flexibility, it isn't just some boring technical detail. It's the key that has unlocked an entire universe of possibilities. So let's go explore that playground and see just how many different things are being built with Python. Which brings us right back to these guys. See, Python isn't a one-trick pony. It's what's called a general-purpose language. That just means it's like a Swiss Army knife. You can use it to build a web app, run a social media site, manage a huge file-sharing service, and even write the behind-the-scenes logic in a video game. And its reach goes into some pretty wild places. I mean, it's the backbone for OpenStack, which manages massive cloud data centers. It's used for scripting and professional 3D animation software like Maya. It helps power design tools like Inkscape. It's even used in super specialized fields like software-defined radio. The list just goes on and on. It's truly everywhere. But if there is one area, one field where Python has become the absolute, undisputed champion, it's in making sense of the modern world's most valuable and, honestly, most messy resource, data. Think about it. We are creating unbelievable amounts of data every single second of every day. From science, from finance, from social media, it's just a flood of information. But a giant spreadsheet full of numbers isn't knowledge. It's just noise. The real challenge, the real magic, is finding the patterns, finding the story hidden inside all of it.
So let's make this real. The city of Strasbourg in France has a public database of all its trees. Pretty cool, right? Well, after cleaning it up a bit, we're left with detailed information on 61,382 individual trees. Now just look at that number. How could you possibly begin to understand it? Could you figure out which trees are the tallest or which kind is the most common just by looking at it? I mean, could you imagine trying to read 61,000 rows in a spreadsheet? No way. It would be completely impossible.
But with Python, you can do it in seconds. This chart right here, it was made with Python using that exact same data. With just a few lines of simple, readable code, we can instantly see the minimum, average, and maximum heights for different types of fir trees. That's the aha moment. An impossible sea of data becomes a simple, clear insight. This is how data becomes discovery. And look, this incredible power isn't just for scientists analyzing trees in France. This same exact principle, turning ridiculously complex data into simple, understandable pictures, is something we all use and benefit from every single day. Have you ever checked the weather forecast on your phone? Of course you have. That simple little graph that shows you how the temperature is going to change over the next few hours, that's it. That's the same idea in action. Behind the scenes, tools like Python are taking in massive amounts of raw weather data and turning it into a chart that's so easy to read, you know instantly if you need to grab a jacket. And that brings us right back to where we started. Full circle. Python's amazing ability to take something overwhelmingly complex, like 60,000 trees or a global weather model, and make it simple enough for anyone to understand, that comes directly from its founding philosophy. Making the complex simple isn't just a feature, it's the entire point. So, in the end, Python isn't really just for programmers. It's a tool for anyone who's curious, for anyone who wants to find some clarity in our very complex world. It started with a simple idea about readability, and it gave us the power to understand just about anything. So the real question isn't just about code. It's, if you had a tool like this, what complex problem would you want to solve?